Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Brackin.
My name is Lindsay and this is Tiny Notes from Home. And today we're going to invite you into our kitchen for a cooking video where we're going to share some healthy, kid-friendly meals and snacks.
And we have a couple of brief family announcements, so let's jump right into it. While the boys get the ingredients ready for today's video, I got a couple of quick family updates for you guys, looking back at what we've been doing over the past few weeks and also what you guys can expect from us here in the near future.
But if you'd like to skip ahead to any portion of the cooking part of the video, we've left the timestamps in the description below.
So, as many of you know, we have been writing and recording music for a number of years. Most recently, we have been working on a project called Endless Praise. We have released 8 songs in that music project so far, and we just finished our 9th song yesterday. Normally, we would release our music video for you today with our vlog. However, we're gonna wait this week, and we will have the 9th song for you next week.
But we'll also have a bonus vlog next week, so we will make it worth your while, so stay tuned.
So we'll have our 9th song for you next week, and then 2 more after that at the end of August and September, at which point a free download of the entire album will be available, as well as a CD if you should wish to purchase one. So thank you for all of your support on our music. We really appreciate it, and we've really enjoyed getting these songs out to you over the past few months in our new studio. Thank you so much. And finally, before getting into the rest of the video, just a quick reminder as we get into the kitchen part of our house. We live in a 100-year-old farmhouse, and we are renovating it here as we live in it. It's got a lot of character, but it's very old, so there's much to be desired in the kitchen portion of the house. In fact, it's going to be gutted and completely rebuilt here, hopefully by the end of the year, so just bear with us on that. But nonetheless, we are very thankful for what we have, and I'm thankful that Lindsay gets to share this opportunity with you today.
So the recipes that we'll be sharing today, I believe you can make with your children and that the whole family will enjoy making them together and eating them. So be sure to stay tuned to the end to see the finished product and to see if our boys do enjoy them. So let's get started. I'm a little rusty here.
Okay.
But anyway, you just wait and
I'll do some of the talking.
Okay. All right, welcome to the kitchen. We're gonna get started. Today we thought we'd make something kind of fun. We're gonna make some Thumbprint cookies. And I have an assistant here. What is your name?
Ezra.
This is Ezra. He's gonna be my kitchen assistant. So he's going to be getting his hands involved in the process because we're making Thumbprint cookies. In addition to making Thumbprint cookies, we're also going to make a delicious kale salad. Kale salad is one of our favorite things to eat at any time of the day. So we're going to show you how we like to prepare that. But first, let's do the cookies.
So how do we make the cookies?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure some almonds. So for this recipe, you'll most likely need a food processor because you're going to need to grind up your almonds. Go ahead and put it in here. So we're going to put 2 cups of almonds into the food processor. Okay, you can do 1 more cup. Good job. All right. The next thing we're going to add into the food processor is 2 cups of oats. So here's the oats. We have a bucket that we got from the bakery at the grocery store.
This one?
Yes, 2 cups of oats. All right. Now for the noisy part. We're going to turn this thing on and make some noise. Push this button. So we've blended up 2 cups of rolled oats and 2 cups of almonds, and it's nice and ground up. Next, we're gonna add 2 cups of flour, just whole wheat flour, or pastry flour is what I'm using. If you wanted these cookies to be like gluten-free or wheat-free, you could experiment with using extra oats and just grinding the oats more. That would be something to try. But we're gonna use flour this time. And it's also 2 cups of flour, so it's very simple. All right, so now we have the flour in here. Now we're going to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. But actually, I think we'll add a teaspoon because we like a little extra cinnamon. It smells really good. All right, and then we need about a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's it for the dry ingredients. So we'll just give this a little extra turn in the food processor to mix it up really good. All right, that's well blended. So now we will put all of that into a large mixing bowl. Go ahead, pour it in there. Nice, give it a little tap. Now we have our dry ingredients, and the next thing we'll do is
Wet ingredients.
Our wet ingredients. Yes. So before we do that, we're gonna use coconut oil. You could use another kind of oil if you want, but we're using coconut oil. You could also use butter, but basically you're just gonna want to measure a cup of oil, and it has to be kind of melted. So that's one step that we're gonna need to do here. Okay, now that's about a cup. Forrest, I need my other assistant to melt this for me because my stove is on the other side of the kitchen behind the camera. All right, can you melt that for me, please? All right, while the coconut oil is melting, we're gonna measure our maple syrup. You could also use honey, and we're gonna measure 1 cup. So it's 1 cup of oil, 1 cup of sweetener. And we're gonna let the coconut oil melt, and then we will whisk together the maple syrup and the coconut oil. All right, thank you, my assistant.
Fun.
So I'm gonna pour this into the maple syrup. Would you like to whisk it, Ezra?
Yeah.
Okay. Just do it slow and gentle because that oil will splash out. So if we you actually kind of want to whip the oil with the maple syrup until it looks kind of more frothy or whipped together. It might take a minute or so. It's just going to look a little thicker as I do this. All right, that's looking good. So we'll go ahead and pour that into the dry ingredients.
And I'm gonna mix it, please.
All right, go ahead and mix that together. Make sure we get everything off the bottom.
Then we're gonna put it in the balls.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna need to let this sit in the refrigerator for just a little bit, maybe 10 minutes, just to kind of harden up a little bit. It's gonna be easier to roll into balls if we let it sit in the refrigerator. So let's see if we can find some room. All right, while those are chilling and getting ready to make into the cookies, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll get started on the kale salad.
Do you need these?
No, you just put everything in the sink. Okay, we're back, and we have a new helper that has joined us. This is baby Elijah. He's gonna be watching us while we make kale salad. So I'm just starting with 1 bunch of kale, and I'm gonna strip the kale off of the stalks because the stalks are kind of tough and a little chewy. So we just want the leafy part of the kale. And while I'm doing this, Ezra is shredding 2 carrots and eating them as well. But just our family's gonna eat this, so it's all right if you munch on it a little bit. Now I'm gonna just chop this kale pretty fine. As a mom, I spend a lot of time in the kitchen, especially feeding 5 boys and one baby. So we have 6 boys altogether. And so I'm busy a lot in the kitchen, making food, preparing food, cleaning up. And a lot of times I'm by myself or there's people around me. But no matter who I'm with, in the quiet moments, I like to spend my time praying. I think a lot of times as moms, or just anyone, especially right now with the things that are going on in the world, our thoughts can kind of get the best of us if we're not careful. And we can start to maybe worry about things or dwell on things that are out of our control. And I find that when my mind starts to wander like that if I just immediately bring that back to just remembering the promises of God and just praying through the things that I'm worrying about or thinking about, that gives me a lot of peace. All right, now I have all my kale chopped up, so I'm going to take the kale and take my hands and just squeeze it, it's like massaging the kale. And this is kind of the key to making kale salad, is to massage the kale so that it wilts a little bit, and that way it's not so chewy and tough when you want to eat it raw. It doesn't take very long to do that, just until it starts to look a little bit wilted and a little bit darker green. Okay, my kale has been squeezed and massaged, so I'm going to add in these carrots that Ezra shredded. This will make a nice, colorful salad.
And then I'm gonna mix it up.
You can mix it up with your hands. Oh, careful there. This is a really simple salad, but this is kind of just the basic salad that we make. And if we want to add other things, sometimes we do. But today we're just going to keep it simple and do the kale and the carrots. And then right now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of dried cranberries, and this is going to make it nice and sweet. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. These are roasted and salted, so they're a little more flavorful and crunchy. So I have all of these ingredients mixed in, so I'm just going to toss this together. And other things that I like to put in here sometimes would be like cut up apple, or even like bell peppers, or some red onion or chives. And then or if you like goat cheese, that would be really good in here. But today we're just making a simple kale salad. So now the dressing that I just made a little bit of dressing here to drizzle over this. Uh-oh, it's okay. So this dressing is 1 whole lemon that is juiced, a tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and 1/4 teaspoon of dried onion powder. And then just a pinch of salt. So it's very simple and very basic. And again, I'm kind of like a non-recipe person, so I usually just eyeball it and taste it, and if I need more of something, I add it. So if it's not to your liking, of course you can adjust that. So we're just gonna clean up this area and get our cookie dough back out and go ahead and make our cookies. All right, let's see how our cookie dough is, if it's ready here. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a little more easy to work with. All right, so I have my cookie sheet. I'm just gonna butter the cookie sheet a little bit. So we're just gonna take a handful of this dough, squeeze it tight, and then roll it into a ball. And so we'll just do that, several of these on the tray. And these don't have any eggs in them, and just a little bit of flour, so they don't hold together as well, but if you squeeze them, they will hold together. You can use any jam that you like, of course. We have some grape jam today, but whatever you have will be delicious.
too.
Alright, now I have all my balls rolled and put on the pan. So I'm just going to take my thumb, and this is the fun part, and just make a big imprint into the center. And then Ezra's going to fill it in with jam. Alright, we've filled up all of our cookies, so now we're going to just bake them in the oven. We'll bake them at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes, so here we go. Alright, these cookies are ready, so we're going to let these cool and call the boys in to have a little snack.
Alright, Ezra, there they are. Thanks for helping make the cookies. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Do you want to enjoy eating them?
Yeah.
Alright, boys. Why don't y'all dig in? Tell us what you think of the cookies, alright?
Alright.
Go ahead. Do you like the cookie, Noah?
Yeah.
What's in it? What is that?
Just a cookie.
It's just a cookie?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, Forrest, why don't you dish out the kale salad, and we'll have a taste test of that too. Thanks for joining us for these simple recipes. We hope that your family will enjoy them and that you'll get your children involved in the kitchen as well.
Alright, while they're snacking, head on over and watch one of our most recent vlogs or music videos. We're going to leave one right here for you to watch. We really appreciate you guys joining us each week. This is your opportunity to join us on the rest of the journey. So join us here in this video, and we'll see you there in just a moment. Everyone wave!